Good afternoon, everyone. Our strength is very less actually, so I'm just waiting for a couple of more minutes so people gets join in, and then we can start. We have only 34 participants so far. Yep. Hope you all are doing well. Okay, guys, is there any news regarding your exams and all? Please do let me know. Please share with me. Though I will come to know from your department as well, but yeah, I wanted to know from you all as well. Yeah. Okay, so we have enough strength, 36. It is fine. We can start our things right now. Okay, so just give me a moment. Give me a moment. Let me go back to my slides where exactly I can go. Yes. So guys, please guide me where actually we were, and where actually I left you all. Okay. So that I can start from that place. Uh, yes, here we go. Let me share my PPT. Yes, here we have my PPT. Yes. Uh, I guess we have done file handling part, reading and writing to text file. Guys, just I don't know. Even I forget actually where we have do we have covered this topic as well or not, or we have just done file handling split. Guys, anybody? Yep. Somebody has pinged me. Yes, sir. 528. What do you mean by yes? Okay. Somebody said no. Somebody said yes. I really don't know what exactly it is, because as per my demo, sorry, my Jupyter notebook is saying uh, we haven't covered that. Yes. Huh? Yes, sir, but not in Jupyter Note. Okay. Yeah, I got your point. Okay. Okay. I got it. Yeah. So file handling split, we have already done. Here I was talking about this, what exactly the reading and writing to the text file, and next I haven't covered this, I guess. Yes, I'm pretty much sure now. Yeah. So guys, as we have spoken last in the last class, like Python allows user to create, read, write, and file using the built-in function, and it handles basically two type of files. Nothing but two types. What it is? It's a normal file, which is text file, and the binary files. And pretty much you guys are aware about what exactly the binary files and what exactly the file access mode. Okay. Now let us move on to the reading and writing to the text file. What exactly we have, file access mode, which you have already learned about it. So there is R, one of the kind of access mode, which we can say like what it does, it is used for reading a text file. Okay, and if you are not able to if that file does not exist, that means it is gonna give you a IO exception error, or maybe you can say like it will raise an error which is nothing but the input output error. Okay, so I will show you what how exactly, if there is no file and you are trying to read that file, what exactly the error are we going to get. Apart from that, we have another R plus, which is also being used to open the text file for reading as well as writing. Guys, please pay your attention here, because I am saying here reading as well as writing. Okay, what does
I have
guys, please go on mute. Okay, it's good, always good to be on mute. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So R plus, when I say, it is gonna be used for both reading as well as for writing. Okay. And if in the beginning I said like if that file is not exist, then it is gonna raise an error which is nothing but the IO error. Okay. What about W? What it does, it will open the file for writing basically. And there are two types of, I don't know whether you guys have noticed that or not, but yeah, even I have covered that. If there is already existing file, so what exactly it does, it will do the, basically data is getting truncated and overwritten. So what does that mean? If there is already file which is already existing, and inside that there is some content, let's say some content is present, let's say. Okay, now if you're trying to do the same operation, means write operation on the same file, then and you wanted to write some new content, let's say, or maybe some other content, then what it is going to do, it will remove the content which is already present in your previous file, and then it will override the current content which you wanted to write. Okay, which is also not good actually. I'll tell you where exactly this kind of situation happens. And if that file is not exist, then it is automatically getting created. Okay, so using this access mode, it is file is getting created. Now what about W plus? So it opens the text file for reading and writing, and it position the file in the beginning. Okay, so I have clearly mentioned here, position at the beginning of a file. Okay, so basically you can't say like it's a just you have to open the file, you have to read, you have to open, and basically you wanted to move it to position it to the beginning of the file, you can do that. Now A is nothing but the append mode. Append mode where we do, the file is getting open, okay, for the writing, as well as file is being created if it does not exist, and the data will be inserted at the end, basically after the existing data. So there is a difference between W as well as A. So this is what the difference between. In W, what exactly happens, if there is already presenting, there is already some existing file, then entire data is getting removed, or maybe you can say like truncated, and the new data is getting overwritten. But in the case of append mode, then your previous data is also there, and it will append the new data from the last, you can say like. Okay, so this is what actually it does. And here it is mentioned like it position at the end of a file. So that is why I have clearly mentioned, if you will work on W, then you will see like position at the beginning of a file, but if you will work on append, the position is at the end of the file. Okay, so please be remember that. Okay, now what about A plus? It opens the file for both. When I say for both, that means it's a reading as well as writing. Okay, guys, are you getting my point or not? Please be with me, because these things you need to always remember, because nobody is gonna tell you what exactly it is going on. Okay, so yes, so what I was saying is, yes, and main thing about this topic is, no module is required to be important and can be done using open function. Okay, so when I say no module, that means, so you might have seen like we have done a lot of, we have used a lot of functions and a lot of things we are trying to use here. And at the same time, what we are trying to do, we need to import some sort of data, or you can select some sort of memory, or sorry, some sort of library basically. So here you don't need to open, or you don't need to use any sort of library, because these are the built-in functions. Okay, so you do one thing, basically please be remember, or basically do you guys can remember this particular part, because sometimes it happens like you guys may feel like, no, we need to import some library. No, that is not the case here. Now syntax is nothing but the same, the way you have already worked on, it's just open. Okay, here I have specified R, so please guys note it down here. I have specifically mentioned R somewhere in the front of file name. I'll tell you why exactly I have mentioned R, and this is nothing but the access mode. Okay, now here what is the logic behind where I have specified the R? The R placed before the file name to prevent the characters in file name string to be treated as a special character. Okay, suppose you are trying to write your path as in slash temp slash directory, maybe slash python, something like that. Now if you do remember, slash temp contains slash t, and in python slash t is what? Slash t is a tab character. Okay, so that is where, if you will not specify R, then it will take it as a slash t, and it will say like this is wrong. Okay, give me guys, give me a 2 minute, give me a second. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, slash t is nothing but the tab character, basically, you can say. And if you will mention that in the path, then it will, Python will recognize it as an, invalid address, because slash t is what, slash t is character. Okay, and Python will read it as a character. But if you will specify r in front of that path, then it will treat entire your file address to be as what, to be as a raw string. Okay, that means it takes entire string without any special character. That means it is gonna read slash temp as a slash temp. Okay, it is not take, it is not going to take slash temp, okay, slash t from the slash temp. Okay, so guys, this is what some sort of differentiation, maybe you can say like some sort of, confusion which you guys to, rectify here only. Apart from this, maybe I will, while I was maybe I will work on this open and all, then I will show you what exactly the output I'm getting, or why exactly I have written here, slash r, something like that. Okay, so now basically reading and writing to text file. So first of all, everybody have used, before this class we have used open function, multiple times. So now I wanted to use open without R. So I'm trying to use open without R. So let's say R I haven't mentioned in the front of that. Okay. So if you are already, working on the Python file, and the file which you wanted to import, or maybe you wanted to use, that is also present on the same directory where your Python code lies, then you really don't need to use what, you really don't need to use R, and you really don't need to mention any sort of, address. Okay, you just need to call your Python file name. That's it. That is what you need to do. But suppose your file is, placed somewhere else, maybe in some other directory, or maybe you wanted to, use that file, and your Python code lies somewhere else, maybe, that is not on the same place, then you have to mention, entire address of the file. So your entire address of the file you have to mention in such a manner, so that everything should be treated as an string. That means it's a raw string. Nothing can be read it as in, you know a special character, or maybe you can say like type character, basically. So here, if I'm gonna mention f open, and here I have clearly mentioned R, you can see here R. So everything should be same. So here I'm gonna give the same file name. So this file is already present on my same local directory, and same file I am trying to use it using this location. Okay, now I guess you guys got pretty much confused, so let me just work out on the same. Is, let me take this particular example one by one, and let me show you how exactly I am trying to say. So this is nothing but the file read and write. So basically I'm trying to use, let me share my Jupyter notebook. Yeah, yes. So yes, so if I'm specifying here like this, I really don't need to mention backslash, or maybe sorry, R in front of this. So you try to open this, nothing, you just try to open and you can read it, it's nothing. So now let me do that. I won't get any error, and it will open automatically. Yeah, so you can see here we are doing pretty much fine. Now same thing even I can do using what, using this line of text. So you can say I'm trying to, give entire address till this, and then I'm trying to use the same file name. Means my file is located at the same location only, basically, where my code is running. Okay, and so we can mention like this, and if I will run, I won't get any error. You can see here we are not getting any error. But sometimes, suppose you are trying to, let me create, one example for you all to not create any sort of, basically you can say like confusion. So let me write slash t. So I just wanted to search some path which is, like slash t. So basically temp directory used to be here. So users admin slash temp must be here, or if it is not here, then it must be on a public or Windows. I guess you will get slash temp somewhere. Generally, if I will work on the Linux system, then I must have got at that point of time. So let me write this like slash temp. Okay, guys, I'm not able to find right now my temp directory because I guess I have deleted that temp directory. I guess so. Anyway, if that is not at all a concern, basically you need to just understand what exactly I was trying to say. That's it, nothing else. Okay, leave it. But yeah, if it is somewhere, it is, let me just speak in front of you. Let me see. Here I'm gonna write temp. Let's see, temp. Okay. So now this slash t is, gonna be used it as, as in character. So it will read it as in character when you will not specify this r, that is small r. Okay, if I will specify, then it is also treated as a normal count, sorry, normal string, or basically write string. Let me remove this, let me run this. Okay, you can see here Unicode error, Unicode escape codec can't decode byte in position 2 3. Okay, now instead of this, let me specify just r. You will get some different error because that file is not existing and the path is also not there. So yeah, it is saying like that no such file or directory. So because this directory is not existing right now. Okay, but are we clear on this or not? So this is what basically I wanted to explain about what exactly how exactly you have to open and work on this file. Now let me read something from a text file. Okay, so reading from a text file is also a simple, you can say like simple work. So read from a text file is nothing but we can use the read function. So read function, what it does, it basically returns the read byte in the form of a string. Okay, and if I'm going to specify an argument, then it will read n bytes. Okay, and else it will read entire your file. So that is what it is gonna happen. Okay, now at the same time, what exactly the syntax we can use for the read. So even I have mentioned here file object, which is basically everywhere we have used. We have to just call the read, and we need to specify an argument, and suppose we wanted to read only till an eighth byte, or maybe till 8. Okay, so I will specify here 8. If I'm not gonna specify anything, that means it is gonna read entire file. Okay, so based on the use case, or maybe based on the use requirement, you have to work on it. Now at the same time, suppose we are going to use read lines or read line. What read line does? So it reads a line of the file and returns in form of a string. Okay, basically it read a line from your file. Now if the argument, let's say if the argument I have specified, then it will read at most n number of bytes which I have specified using an argument. Okay, however, if we are not gonna, specify any argument. It will read only one line. It does not read more than one line. Okay, because this is the read line, and even n exceeds the length of the line. Let's say you are in argument, you have specified 12. Let's say 12, and in your line, in one line, you have entire characters, maybe you can say like 8. So it will read only till 8. It is not gonna go to the next line and it will read the remaining 4 characters. No, that is not gonna possible. Okay, in case of read line, please, you have to be very careful about the statement which I am trying to give you now. To syntax is pretty much similar. Just instead of read, you have to use read line. That's it, nothing else. Now, what about read? What about read? Sorry, what about read lines? So in read lines, this is also almost same function, which is read line is, but it reads all the lines and return them as in each line a string element in a list. So that means when we say read lines, that means it is gonna read all the lines, you can say. Okay, and the syntax is pretty much same. Okay, now let me take an example for you all to tell you how exactly read function works. Okay, and how exactly read line works, how exactly read lines work, and what exactly the difference which we are getting from that. Now let me show you this example, what I'm trying to do on a Jupyter notebook. I must say read. Now you can see here I have a read file.txt, one of the file I wanted to read. So I wanted to read whatever the content present in that file using dot read. So you have already aware about this term dot read previously. So let me run this. So you can say like this particular file contains, this file contains normal text which we will read using read function, something like that. Okay, now in the same manner, let me just count the length of the read. Okay guys, can somebody can count till this, how many characters are there or how many? Can somebody do this step? Just count, give me a count. Okay, and meanwhile I will work on what read line. So what exactly read line does? So now let me see read line. Now in read line I am going to specify an, okay, here argument, what it does. So now here, what does a read line does? So you can see, like, let me run this. I wanted to read just 8 characters. So you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is what read line does. Okay. Now what does read? You can say instead of read line, I'm gonna use read lines. What it does? So far it is gonna give you the same result. Why? You can see here we are getting the output as in This file contains normal text which will you read using the read function. So now if I'm specify read lines 8, then it will give you entire line, this entire line. And if I'm gonna specify same, let's say same function, but I'm not gonna specify this 8, then it will give me what you can see here. It will give us this files contain, this is what one of the string, and then another one is. So basically what it does, it does read each line one by one. So this one reads one and second, so you can see what exactly the difference between these two. Okay, now I don't know how many of you got what exactly the difference between read lines and read. Let me take simple example. Let me create one more file. So let me create one file in which I'll write this is Python class. No, not this. I will write just Python class. Then I will write here Oracle class. Then I will write here Java class. I have, I'm gonna take this three word and just I'm gonna trying to write it on a new file. Let me create new file. I'm gonna specify this. So I wanted to give you the difference basically. So I will write diff. Let me write like this. Okay. Let me close this file. And now I wanted to use a read as well as read line. Okay. So just guys, just give me a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So basically this line contains only 12. So I will write here 12. Okay. Now I am trying to access till 15th, or 16, and n is equal to, let me use n is equal to 16. Now here I am gonna use first read line. Now first I am gonna use read line, then I am gonna use read lines. Here I will have to mention this one, and here I will mention 12. Not 12, I guess the size is 12, so we need to mention 16 here and 16 here as well. We will see what exactly the difference between these two. What is the name of the file which I have gave? So let me just find it out, what exactly the file name. I guess it's a diff read line. Yeah. Now let me run this one by one. We will see what exactly the output. We are getting Python class. That's it. On read line. Let me run read lines. Now you can see we are getting Python class as well as we are getting Oracle class. Now you can see the difference. So here in read line, if you will see, it will just read only one line. It will not go to the next line, but it does. In the same manner, let me use read. Okay, let me see what exactly the read does. Instead of read line, let me use read, and I will specify the same. Let me see what exactly the output we will be getting. See, here, even in read, if I will specify 16, read also goes to next line and it will read the two characters. So what exactly the two character? OR. So 12 is here, 13, 14. Okay. Now basically one space is somewhere, and basically 12 is there, then 13, 14, 15. Basically you can say like till 16 it does. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I guess here is some space 14, 15, whatever. So it, now you can see the clear difference between this. Now even read goes to the next line, but a read line doesn't go to the next line. Read line just go to the first line. That's it. Okay. So this is what basically the major difference between the read lines, read and read line. So are we clear, guys? Does anybody has any doubt? Please do let me know. Are we clear or not? I know it's a pretty much complex, or maybe you can say like pretty much confusing topic, but yeah, I tried my best to explain you about what exactly the difference it persists. Okay, I got one ping, somebody has said something clear. Okay, good. So how I feel when I see these kind of messages. I feel like I'm in a heaven. Okay. So I'm recovering very fast actually. I got some health issues in last couple of days, you can say. So that is why I took a 1 day break from you all. Now, with this we have already covered what exactly the read and how exactly we can read from the file. Okay. Now, next topic is how exactly we can write to the file. So writing to a text file. How exactly we can write to a text file? So write function, with the help of write function and with the help of write line function, we can do the same. So when we try to use write function, what it does, it inserts the string, the sample string I am trying to mention here, in a single line in the text file. So when we use write and we try to insert something as a string, then it will just insert that string in a single line. Okay. So that means when you are working on some file and you are trying to write some line, or maybe one line or two line, maybe I don't know how many lines you wanted to use, then you just try to use write. Okay. Now when we try to use write lines, so in write line it is being used to insert multiple, when I say multiple strings, that means list of string elements. Maybe your one string you are containing, maybe another one more string you are containing, or maybe list of a string, basically you can say. Okay. Or everything got inserted into the file at once. So how exactly you will specify that? So list string, you have to mention all the string which you wanted to insert into the list, into the form of a list. So the same way, just we have created list of integer where we try to mention 2, 4, 6, or maybe 2, 3, 4, whatever. Okay, based on the comma. Here I am also trying to do the same thing, but instead of integer, here I am trying to use list of an string. Okay, and we have to use the same same syntax like file object dot write lines, and then we have to specify what is the list string, what is the name of the string, or maybe you can say name of the list. Okay, so I have taken some examples for you all. Okay, so I will work on definitely some some examples. So let me just write down those examples for you all. So yes, let me take those examples. Okay, 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 okay. Let me take that example. I really don't know where exactly I've taken this example. Okay, here. Okay. Yes. So now what I'm trying to do is, let me take this entire copy and let me go back to my Jupyter notebook and let me explain you how exactly I can read and I can create. So here I'm writing to a text file. Oh, my bad. Yes, this one. So now here, if you will read one by one each line, what exactly it is. Now you can see we have function one. I have created open here write file. Let me create write file 2. Let me write like this. I wanted to create write file 2 which is not already present in my folder. So even if you want, I can show you there is no file named as write file 2. Okay, now I wanted to open on a write mode, and then I want to I have used one string list. So this is nothing but the list of an string. So one string is nothing but the class belongs to Python till this. Second string, it's a coding class. Third is your this class focus on the interview as well. This class focus on the interview as well. So this is what basically three different type of string we are trying to use on a single statement. Okay. So how exactly we will try to do that? Guys, when we use write function, you can see here write. Now this particular string is gonna added into the what? Into your file. Okay, because write function does add one string into the your file. Now if I'm gonna use write lines, then I can insert list of an string. Okay, so here I have written write lines. Okay, so in the same manner you can define write and you can write as an write lines. So if you have multiple string basically, which is nothing but in your list of string, you can see here, yeah, then this string. Now let me write one by one, or maybe I should have to write first a write function only. Let me use this. Okay, now let me run this. So what it does, it must have created one file with the name of write file 22. Okay, and it must have inserted hello, this is a programming class for the second year. So this is what the content I must have placed inside that file. So let me open to my system. So if I will see in my system, there is no file. Okay, so at what time I have ran this? Okay, now, so this one file has been created here. I will just try to open this on a notepad, and then I will show you.
ఫోటోలు పెట్టాడు బాబాయ్ చూద్దా.
Guys, please go on your mute. Please, it's my sincere request to you all. Now you can see here the file I have created using write function. Here, hello, this is a programming class for the second year. So this is what I was trying to write on a write file. Okay, now if I will again go back to my Jupyter notebook and I wanted to now write list of an string, then I should have used write lines instead of write. Now let me create this file with the name of 23. So write file 23. Okay, so let me run this file and let me see what exactly the output are we going to get. It ran successfully, and then let me go back to the module, and there I can see one of the
ఎద్దం తీసిందేమో అడుగురా.
file.
ఆగట్లా.
Now you can see, yep, now you can see class belongs to Python. It is a coding class. This class focus on the interview as well. So this is what I was list of string, and you can see like this is one string, this one is second string, and that last one is nothing but the last string. So you can see how exactly we are trying to write these things on a file.
పెద్దం బాత్రూమ్ లో ఉన్నట్టు డబ్బులు అక్కడ పెట్టినాడు 500.
Now with this we can say like we have pretty much closed all the available functions and all. So it is nothing but the unit 4 where we are trying to cover 3 4 things. When I say we have to cover the read, write and open function, how exactly you can read file from your code, how exactly you can write something on the code using your code, how you can read file from your code. These are all covered on a unit 4. So we were trying to use that. Just few more topics are mentioned and pending with us is nothing but a seek. So let me cover that seek also, and let me show you what exactly the seek
అడుగు ఏంటో.
does. So now I guess somebody is in continuously kept herself is in mute. So let me mute all.
ఏం క్లాసులు. ఫోన్
Yes. So now this is fine, I guess. Now let me share you my again PPT. On that I have mentioned Seek. So what Seek does, okay guys, okay, with this we can ask a few more doubt or questions. I can take it up. If you guys are still having any doubt on the how we can create file, how we can read file using Python code, does please let me know. I'm just waiting for you to reply, you all. Please give me a moment. I want you to, you guys are able to do the same thing or not, because you need to know this topic very well, because you have to create file and then you have to start working on it. And any file in Python, everywhere you have, at any cost you have to read your file. Okay, so basically you need to understand these kind of stuff in the beginning time. Guys, are you getting my point or not? So I am just waiting for you to for your response. Does anybody has any doubt or not? So 525 is saying no doubt sir, all clear. Okay, all clear, what does that mean? All clear means it is means like you are not able to understand anything, or is it something you have understood everything and then you are saying like everything is clear so far? So 5 to 5, just clear me that. Is it everything clear, or that means nothing you got, or you got everything? Okay, 5 to 8 and 5 to 8, thank you so much for the response. Okay, people are saying yes, yes, we are pretty much fine. Understand. Okay, then fine, 525, thank you. Now we have another topic which is a very small topic, or it's a kind of function which we use at the time of write function, or when we write something, or maybe when we read something. Okay, now we have seek. It sets the current file position in a file stream and also return the new position. It take the file handle to the nth location from the beginning. So when I say nth location, that means seek accepts some argument. Some argument means seek need to be specified with some argument to go to the that particular location, or maybe you can say like that particular part. And here I have mentioned it takes the file handle to the nth location from the beginning. Okay, so from the beginning it will go to the nth location. Now how exactly you can correlate this in a in a read file or write file, whatever. Let me just show you. So here we had we have couple of questions which we have already covered. So let me write this. Okay, so I'm trying to read here f1 dot read. Now after this we can use f1 dot seek, and then I'm trying to move my cursor to this. Okay, because I'm trying to read here. Now again I am trying to use print dot f1 dot read. Okay, okay, we are good to go. Okay, now again here also, and let us take one more example using this. As I said here, let me take this example as well. Okay, now here a difference, this file I'm trying to open and I am trying to read this. Okay, now I have to read this entire thing, and then now I'm trying to do f1 dot seek, and then I'm trying to write it 0, then again print. Yes, now we can see what exactly the output are we going to get. So here I'm gonna write it as an after C. Let me run this. C. And okay, let me write here 8. Okay, 8 here. Let me see again, run it the same. Now you can see here my file contains what? This. This file contains normal. This is what in my entire file. Now I have used after seek. After seek, I am trying to read again everything. So what I am trying to do is after seek here does it again goes pointed to the this in particular file. If I will not use here after seek, then what actually happens here is you can see here. Okay, so let me write here print and before seek. So I am trying to read before seek. Uh, Before seek, I'm trying to read entire thing. So I have one dot read. That's it. And then here we will see. Now run. You can see here. Now. So before seek we have this. Now what happened here is I have read this entire thing. Now after this, I have tried to read this. Okay. Now because of this only we are getting issue. So let me just insert something called as f1 dot close. F1 dot close. Let me run this. Because I have already doing here read. So instead of this, I'll tell you what exactly written on a read file. So just before seek, let me write this, and after seek, let me write. So you can see like before seek what exactly it is, and after the seek, before seek we are getting we are reading till this fill, and then after that we are getting everything here. Okay, so my seek is going to be at 0, and then it is trying to read everything. Okay, so that is how we are trying to read. So now you can see read file.txt. Let me open read file.txt. Read file. Where exactly the read file is? You can see. I will show you. Yes. What does read file contains? So you can see here what read file is. So this entire content, these two lines are there. Okay. So now here what it does, it first read till here, and then C goes to the 0, and afterward it will read from here, from ES onwards, This is how it works. Okay. With this we can close our chef session. Okay, and still if you have doubt, I will cover tomorrow the same topic, don't worry. Seek is, if you are still confused with that, then let me cover tomorrow in the beginning, then we will move on to the next topic. Okay, so guys, if you have any doubt, please do let me know tomorrow. Okay, with this we can close our session. Thank you so much. Thank you for your participation. Bye bye.